Don't mind if I have some coffee. I'm still waking up here. I want to talk to you folks about something that we've been posting on multiple Facebook pages, but I think it deserves to be addressed directly in this kind of format. So we are seeing, we being the Patriot movement in Pennsylvania, a concerted effort on the part of the establishment to purge patriots from county committees across the state. So part of the reaction of the establishment to the growth of the patriot movement, increase in size and its political capacity, is now this effort to push patriots off the county committees. So they have realized that our focus is now on getting patriots into elected office from the school board levels on up, as you guys have heard me say many, many times. And the reaction to that is not to listen to you, not to address your concerns, not to try to figure out a way to meet you halfway. It's to continue to game the system. And as part of that process, we're now seeing, and this is happening actually across the state, county committees that are focusing on removing from the committees patriots, people that don't agree with the establishment narrative. So let me sort of repeat that in a different way so everybody understands exactly what I'm talking about and is crystal clear on this. What we're talking about are county GOP committees, right, which are filled with individuals who have been elected by party members to sit there. So, if you will, an assembly almost for the party in each county. Individuals who were elected and placed on the committee by Republican voters. So they were placed there, got their seats as the result of legal elections, legal procedures. And now what we have are establishment county chairs and their henchmen and henchwomen on a variety of pretexts looking to remove these duly elected people, the folks that the voters chose to represent them on the committee. They're looking to throw them off of the committee. So right now, we have a particularly egregious case in Cumberland County. And I'm looking down here because I'm looking at the flyer that was just sent to me by the Patriots in Cumberland County. We have a total of 9 committee people, 9 patriots on that committee who have been formally served with papers, are now the focus of what will be a formal meeting of the committee. And at this meeting, they will apparently be ejected. I mean, there will be a vote and so forth. But given that the powers that be on the committee have already arranged this and already given notification, one can imagine what kind of fair trial that's going to be. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind here. The first is that the coalition has looked at the bylaws for Cumberland County, basically, if you will, the Constitution, that each county committee has a set of rules, right? They have a set of bylaws, and they have to, those are the rules they have adopted and they are required to follow. So this entire procedure to throw these patriots off the Cumberland County Committee is in complete violation of the bylaws. They have invented a procedure whole cloth that doesn't exist anywhere in their bylaws, something completely illegal and unjustified, but it doesn't matter. They're going to proceed with it, apparently. Anyway, I should note that this is, again, as I suggested earlier, this is This is happening now, but there are lots of counties across the state that are trundling down the path to doing similar things. We should also keep in mind that the crime here is that these patriots, crime obviously in air quotes, the crime here is that these patriots dared to support someone other than the candidate that the committee had endorsed. So if you think about that for a minute, you have a primary process, and that's what we're talking about. All of this occurred in the primary election. You have a primary process where the Republican voters are going to decide in the primary who gets to be their candidate. And what the establishment folks are saying right now in Cumberland, but this is happening elsewhere, is that if the establishment and the committee endorse somebody, you're forbidden from supporting anybody who opposes them. Now, if you follow that to its logical conclusion, obviously what that means is it subverts the entire primary process. What they're trying to ensure is that they have a system in which it's not the voters in the primary who choose who's the Republican candidate. It's the establishment. They label somebody, they endorse them, and then nobody can oppose them. That's the practical impact of this. Should also so basically this is an effort to completely subvert the primary process and guarantee that you can't have patriot challengers because the establishment will endorse their chosen man or woman, and then you are forbidden to help anybody else. Completely insane and illogical, but that's the brutal truth. Also keep in mind that the same establishment that's pushing this narrative based on this supposed logic that somehow or another this builds party unity. This is the same establishment that completely walked away from Doug Mastriano and has walked away from other patriot candidates. This is the same establishment that brought in, over $1 million to support establishment guys against patriot candidates. So the establishment has taken sides. The establishment has weighed in. The establishment has refused to support and Doug Mastriano, who was the nominee. They have, in fact, actively worked against people in that case. But now we have a completely different set of rules that are being imposed. So we sent a letter from the Pennsylvania Patriot Coalition over my signature yesterday to Tabus, the head of the state GOP, calling out this entire initiative statewide, saying, look, all across the state, you've got county committees that are basically waging war on the patriot movement and trying to throw them off committees. And nothing could be more divisive and nothing could be more damaging to the party. And asking Tabus to jump in and send a letter as the head of state GOP admonishing all the county committees to knock it off. I should add, so far I've received no response to that communication. You can find that letter online on our Facebook page for the Pennsylvania Patriot Coalition. The full text, the signed version, was sent to Mr. Tabus. So we're addressing this on a statewide basis. I would encourage everybody watching this video to contact Mr. Tabus, state GOP, and to also contact their local committee and say, knock this off. We have a primary process. You support who you want to support. That process will produce a nominee, and we'll support the nominee. But you can't game the system, and you can't throw people off of committees because they dared to oppose your chosen pre-selected man or woman. All right, back to Cumberland County to close up here. Tomorrow, West Shore Elks, Camp Hill, PA, 9 a.m. The Patriots in Cumberland County are calling all Patriots to show up there, bring signs, bring chairs. This is to protest outside the location where this meeting is going to take place. at which the Cumberland County GOP plans to expel 9 committee people. This is the text of the flyer I'm looking at here. Calling all patriots, 9 committee people are being put on trial for supporting non-endorsed candidates. They now face expulsion from the Cumberland County Republican Committee. These committee people were elected, so in effect, the Cumberland County Republican Committee is canceling your vote. That's about as succinct as you can get, and it's dead on. That is exactly what's happening. All of these individuals were elected by Republicans in Cumberland County to the committee. A completely legal political process, and now the local establishment in Cumberland County is saying, well, we don't really care because they don't vote the way we want them to vote and they don't do what we tell them to do. So we're having a show trial straight out of the old Soviet Union, and we're going to throw you guys out. Okay. West Shore Elks, 108 St. John's Church Road, Camp Hill, PA. West Shore Elks, 108 St. John's Church Road, Camp Hill, PA, tomorrow, Saturday, July 22nd, 9:15 a.m. If you can possibly be there, be there. We have heard that the committee is going to try to limit attendance. They're not letting people take video inside. They're doing everything they can basically to bury this. So we need all of you folks down in that area to show up and make sure that they can't bury this. And we need everybody to be talking to Tabus, everybody to be talking to their county committees. If you haven't heard about this kind of effort in your local area, you need to start digging, because chances are this same kind of nonsense, and that's a charitable word, is coming to you. We'll talk to you soon.